That's the second recording going on. Yeah, it's an interesting topic to be working on. One of the reasons that I have chosen to bring self-forgiveness to this weekly class is simply because I think it's one of the areas that we tend to neglect when we're talking about developing practices that are going to enhance us and allow us to let go of maybe things that have happened in the past, or experiences that have maybe not been the best, or experiences that have hurt us and we felt a lot of pain from. Often the focus is around forgiving other people and learning to forgive other people's mistakes and whatnot. And there seems to be a bit less focus on forgiving ourselves. And we certainly, and I know from my own experience, probably spend a lot less time forgiving ourselves for some of our mistakes or misdemeanours. So that's why I've chosen to include it in the class. I think it's an important thing for us to do. And what I've learned about being able to forgive myself is that it really does help to unburden and release any blockages that might be stopping me from moving forward. I've found that one of the biggest stumbling blocks that I've had is that I'm completely unaware of the limiting beliefs that may have been created as a result of making mistakes, as a result of making past mistakes. And often we find ourselves berating ourselves for our past mistakes or misdemeanours that we've created. And this can lie at a really deep level. Sometimes we're so unaware of it, we can be carrying some limiting beliefs with us in our lives that actually sets up blockages and stops us, prevents us from moving forward. Often feelings of guilt or shame because of past mistakes really sit deep within us. And like I say, we're usually completely aware of these. We're completely aware of these old and inappropriate feelings about ourselves that maybe we're connected to past mistakes, no matter how small. And sometimes the mistakes that we've made may have happened so long ago that we've more or less forgotten about them, and they no longer live in our conscious mind. But somewhere deep down in the depths of our unconscious mind lies that blueprint of the mistake that we made, and more importantly lies the beliefs about ourselves that we developed as a result of that misdemeanour or mistake that we made. And whether it was a mistake or just simply something that we did that we weren't particularly proud of, the blueprint of that lies deep within our unconscious mind. So with that in mind, I thought this week would be a good opportunity to take some time to get really clear of our mistakes or our wrongdoings or our misdemeanours, and learn to forgive ourselves so as that we can free up a new space to create more appropriate beliefs about ourselves in relation to the past. And that way we're able to move forward with our call, with our passion, whatever you want to call it. We can move forward with purpose and a clear path, a clear pathway to making new things happen. So what I'd suggest you do in trance tonight, and it's entirely up to you how you do this, as we go into trance, as always, what needs to come to mind will come to mind, and it will become clear to you. What I want you to do is to focus on the mistakes that come into mind. Maybe you've already been thinking about forgiveness since I sent the email out, but simply focus on these things and be aware of feelings that come up. And what I want you to do is to simply be with the feelings. So this will be a slightly different trance to what we've been doing in the last few weeks. We'll still follow the same process of aligning the conscious and unconscious mind and settling in and down into ourselves, but we'll take a slightly different approach. So it's really important to stay as present as you can in this trance tonight, because I really want you to connect with those feelings, whatever those feelings might be. And it may be feelings of disappointment or anger or selfishness, whatever the feelings are, I want you to be really present with them. And as each feeling comes up, don't push the feeling away, just allow the emotion to flow through that feeling. So, like I say, it's important to stay extremely present in this trance tonight. So if you can get yourself in a comfortable position where you know it will make it difficult for you to maybe drift off into sleep, or because sometimes that happens and that's fine. But tonight, let's make this trance a very purposeful trance, a trance where we can begin to set up new pathways for you going forward. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is, just as we do every week, take a nice deep breath in and allow yourself to settle in and settle down as we begin to forge a new alignment in our conscious and unconscious mind, so we can begin creating new and more empowering beliefs that are true for us now, that can enable us to move forward, so that you're fully able to embrace forgiving yourself. So simply relax now and become aware of whatever you need to become aware of this moment in time. Taking a nice deep breath in and breathing out at your own rate and speed. And you can find your own way to relax, becoming aware of the sensations in your body, the softening of the muscles, and as each of the muscles in turn begin to soften, feel the tension, maybe the last few days or the last week, begin to dissolve and flow through your body, all the while breathing in and out at your own rate and speed. You can find your own way to relax. Our bodies know how to relax. And as our body relaxes, our mind follows. So just become aware now of a little pebble at the top of your head, or whatever symbol you'd like to create for yourself now. Really become aware of that pebble. Focus all your awareness there for now. Breathing in and down. And that's right. Really relaxing And as that pebble begins to hover gently at the top of your head, you can begin to set an intention that that pebble will begin to represent now. And you can set that intention, self-forgiveness, understanding that in whatever way is right for you, whatever feels like right, whatever sounds right and looks right for you, your intention of self-forgiveness, being aware of your pebble and how it represents and symbolises that intention, really becoming aware of it, and the feelings or emotions that intention brings. Maybe you're wondering, what it feels like to have an experience of self-forgiveness. Or maybe you have an image in your mind of what it might look like for you. Simply get a sense of it there now. Your intention for this evening. And as you connect with that intention, become aware of your head, the very top of your head, in that little space, the top of your crown, that can begin to gently open up, just big enough to receive your intention, and your awareness of it expands. And you can see your pebble, your symbol. You can see it in many different ways. Understand it, sense it and feel it. Look at the colour and the shape and the texture. You can see it and feel it in whatever way is right for you. As you now allow that intention to begin to drop down into the very centre of your mind, through that space, that opening in the top of your crown. As it gently drops in and down into your thinking mind, down into the centre of your conscious mind, the mind of all the work, your analysing work, your thinking work. Let it drop in and down. That's right. Just allow it to settle in and settle down in whatever way it needs to, finding its own centre, its own spot that resonates deep, deep within your conscious mind. And there's nothing to cling to in the mind. And there's nothing to do in the body except relax now. And allowing that relaxation to spread out and through your entire body now. Spreading out, dissolving, just like ink on blotting paper. It can take its time and go wherever it needs to go first. As your pebble settles in and settles down with your intention, with your desire, with your reason for being here now, your self-forgiveness, and feel that expand in your conscious mind, and your curiosity spreading as your neural pathways begin to slow down. That's right. That's all you need to do, because there's nothing to cling to in the mind, and there's nothing to do in the body except relax now. Excellent. And you can become aware now of the very base of your skull, that point where your spine connects and travels all the way down to your tailbone. Simply become aware of it. Your own spine. Notice all the vertebrae that travel up and down each side of your spine. And become aware of how important this part of your body is, how it connects your mind to your body, passing information back and forward, day in and day out, really becoming aware of your spine now in a new way, in a different way. And as you become aware of your spine, you can imagine it to be hollow inside. And just like a straw, you could blow in and down and out through your spine. And I'd like you to take a deep breath now. And breathe in and down and out through your spine. Beginning to become aware of your own body aligning with each breath, in and down and out. And you can use your breath to breathe new air in and down through your body, sending new information back and forward from the mind to the body. And as you do this, bring your attention back to your pebble, and with your own breath, begin to imagine your pebble moving, your intention, your desire, your pebble moving down and towards that hollow in your spine, your intention of self-forgiveness. And you can use your breath to breathe in and down through your spine and dropping your pebble into the very centre of your body, the centre of your spine. And allowing your pebble, your intention, to drop at its own rate and speed, taking all the time that it needs to drop deeper and deeper into your body mind, deeper and deeper into your somatic body, as you begin to feel yourself now going deep inside yourself, your unconscious, deep inside your unconscious mind. Just allow that pebble to drop. Notice how it floats gently down to its own centre. There's no need to force it. You can simply allow it to be there in this place. Your intention, your desire. And as you take another deep breath in and down and out, you can begin to become aware that you can learn to see things in a different way. In a new way. And as your conscious and unconscious mind begins to align and expand, just like a butterfly who can never see its wings, you may be completely unaware and completely unable to see the wonder in your own alignment in your own expansion of awareness. But as you drop even deeper with your intention and begin to open up and expand that awareness, expanding that awareness out into this quantum field. There is a knowing within you, a sense, a vision, an idea that something deep inside is being stirred. Something deep inside is being waiting all this time to be set free. So expand your awareness now. Open that field up and step out into this quantum field of infinite possibilities, holding this intention, self-forgiveness in both hands. And as you step out into your field of infinite possibilities, with a knowing that all things are connected, and you're now in this abundant field of the collective consciousness, where everything's one, and all about you, you can feel supported and guided to experience this feeling of deep self-forgiveness. So take a moment now in this place to become aware of anything that's coming up, any old mistakes, misdemeanors, or behaviours from the past that come to mind, that maybe on some level you've been holding on to. Really become aware of them, whatever they may be. Get a sense of what they look like, what they sound like and feel like to you now, in this place where you're supported, where you're safe, where there is love. And take a moment to review all these things, all these misdemeanors, big and small, every single one of them. And in your imagination, in your mind, put them to one side. Line them all up. And review them gently, kindly, and with compassion. And notice how each of these things are connected directly to you. You can imagine them connecting to your energy by a silvery thread, or a ray of energy from you to them. See the silvery faint threads connecting you to each of these things, whether there's one or many. Simply become aware of them. And there's no need to analyze what's gone before. In this place of alignment, you can simply observe. In this quantum field of infinite possibilities, you can be curious. You can be curious as to the lessons that you've learned and the things that you now understand about yourself, simply as a result of having these experiences. There is no right or wrong. There is only this moment now, where you can take all the time you need to observe and review these past experiences. And as you do this, I'd like you to invite forward a guide or a mentor that can help to support you in this process. And it can be anyone you wish. It can be someone from the past, a spirit guide, or an angel guide if you wish. Or it can be someone you know now who walks with you on this earth, who guides and mentors you. Or it can be your own imaginary mentor, someone you look up to from afar. Whoever it is, invite them to step into your quantum field of infinite possibilities. And ask them to join you and support you in this process of self-forgiveness. In whatever way you feel you need that support. And as you become aware of your mentor or guide, I'd like you to take a deep breath in and out, settling in deeply again to yourself and allowing yourself to go much deeper than before. You can go deeper and deeper still now, and beginning to become aware of a peacefulness connecting deep within you. Really get a sense of what that peace feels like and sounds like. And maybe there's things around you that's guiding you closer to that sense, that feeling of peace. Really connect with that feeling. And with that feeling of peacefulness, I'd like you to ask your mentor to guide you in learning what was the purpose of these mistakes. What was the purpose of these experiences? What was the purpose or the lessons that they were meant to teach you? And ask your mentor for guidance. Maybe they will give you a gift that contains some insight, or knowledge, or wisdom. And as you do this, become aware of the feelings you have. Around those experiences. What emotions do they bring up? Really connect with the feeling. Let the emotion come up. Whatever it is, do not push it away. Let it flow through you. Let that feeling flow through you and really connect with it. And as it flows through you, begin to become aware of the peacefulness within you now. Stay with the emotion. Let it flow like a river. No force, just going where it needs to go, gently and easily. Touching all that it needs to touch, just like the river flows downwards and it touches the banks and the rocks, and it's never the same. It's always different, just like your emotion. Let it flow, and as it flows, it transforms. It never stays the same. As we allow the feelings to flow through us, they can change and transform at the deepest level, at a generative level. That's right. You can let all that flow. You can take your awareness back now, back to your mentor, and back to the gift or gifts that these past mistakes taught you. And begin now to review these lessons, these feelings, and any old beliefs that they may have created. What has those mistakes stopped you from living and being and doing? What limiting belief has it created deep within you? Take a look, get a sense of what they might be. Is there disappointment or embarrassment? Really become aware of them. And as they come into your awareness, allow any feelings associated with them to simply flow through you again. Keeping your intention and being mindful of the gift of learning. Really allow anything that needs to flow up and through, allow it to flow through now. That's right. Bring those things into the light to be transformed. And I'd like you now to ask your mentor to give you something that you can use to break the bonds of that connection between you and your mistakes. Simply ask your mentor to help you cut those silvery threads between you and those mistakes so you can fully let them go, so you can fully set yourself free, letting go and leaving these things deep in the past where they belong. So just take whatever your mentor gives and find a way to cut those silvery threads, to break the flow of energy between you and these past mistakes. And as you do this, for each and every one, simply say to yourself, I forgive you. And I release you and let you go. For each one, as you cut that cord, let your own self-forgiveness flow through you and begin to experience that at the deepest level, and really forgive yourself. Really allow yourself to accept that in those instances you were doing the very best that you could with the knowledge and the beliefs and behaviours that you had at that time. Let these things go now and feel that compassion and forgiveness for yourself spread through your entire being. Feel the support of your mentor standing by, guiding you and bathing you in love and acceptance. As you allow yourself to fully let go now of any past mistakes and old beliefs that were created, you can let them go now. And feel that peacefulness again, rising up as you bask in this wonderful feeling, deep compassion and deep self-forgiveness. And you can allow yourself to begin to imagine what new and more empowering beliefs you can have for yourself now. Now that you've finally let go of these old things. Maybe your mentor, your guide, has some words of wisdom to help you do this. Maybe there's one thing, one belief that you can have about yourself now that can truly transform and transcend all past mistakes. Because in here, in this quantum field of infinite possibilities, all things are possible. And you can now create that new belief that transcends all things. And I'm curious as to what that may be. I'm curious as to what that may be for you now. as you begin to float upwards in your own awareness, in your own expansion, transforming and realigning at a generative level, making new connections and creating new neural pathways. As your mentor walks silently by you, guiding and supporting you, and walking with you, and helping you to lay new foundations for the way forward, new stepping stones, new colours and new ideas to look at, to sense and to feel how this transcendence can allow you to depart completely from old ways of thinking and feeling about yourself now. You can skip through the galaxies of time and play hopscotch with the stars as these new cells, these new connections begin to divide and multiply, causing a brand new chain reaction of beliefs, of possibilities. It's like a firework deep inside your mind, waiting and waiting gently for the time to transform into all its beauty, its colour, its magnificence, your being, your own transcendence, and that feeling of deep self-forgiveness now washing over you, washing all over your being. And feel that sense of peace, that knowing everything is okay now. All is as it should be. And you can draw that feeling in. You can draw it deep within to your center, the center of your somatic body, your unconscious mind, drawing it in. As you draw in all these new, wonderful and empowering beliefs that you can have about yourself now, and draw in the lessons and the gift you received from your mentor. Draw it in to the very center of your being. And you can ask your mentor now for any last guidance that they want to share. And give thanks and love and appreciation for all that they have given you today. And you can say thanks in your own way. Whatever feels right for you, you can give thanks now. And as you give this thanks, take a look around. And notice how there is a space between you and those old mistakes. There is nothing in between now. Just a gap waiting to be filled with these new neural pathways, with these new beliefs. And you can find a way to let those things fade and drift and float far, far away into the distance, unreachable now, untouchable. Till the space between you and them becomes so vast. And you can make a silent vow or commitment to yourself now. Whatever that may be, I promise that I will allow myself to release and forgive myself whenever I need to, as things come up, as I move forward. Just make that silent vow and commitment to yourself. In whatever way feels right for you. And you can make that now. Gently and easily. Excellent. So in a moment, I'm going to bring you back to full conscious awareness. And you can begin to waken up at your own rate and speed and in your own time. We all wake up differently. And as you do, begin to waken up feeling good, feeling energized and full of health and vitality, and allowing your unconscious mind to only bring back that which has been so positive for you and so empowering, and leaving behind anything that doesn't serve or support your well-being. So wakening up and coming back and feeling good, feeling really good. Excellent. Well done, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the generative trance tonight and had some nice experiences. I would encourage you, as I do every week, to be present and be aware of what's happening around you. And if you can, do a bit journaling work. It's nice to do some journaling when you've been working on self-forgiveness. So take some time out and maybe jot down, what came up for you tonight, what you experienced, and any feelings or emotions. You don't need to do anything with it. Just simply getting it down on paper will help the process and will help you go through that self-forgiveness much quicker. Okay, everyone, well, I think that's us for the evening. Before I go, I am going to check in and see if there's any questions from anyone. I'm mindful that I didn't do that before we started tonight, so I'm just going to check in and see what's going on. And I can't see any questions. Q&A takes a little while to load this up. I can't see any questions. I think everyone's excuse me, everyone's pretty quiet this evening, so that's great. Well, good show. You can email me or drop me a message afterwards. I'll do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. I have another online seminar tomorrow evening if anybody would like to join. It's on manifesting abundance and it starts at 7:30, and I'm going to be taking you through my 8 personal steps to manifesting abundance. It's basically my own personal formula that I've used over the years to make things happen, quite literally happen in my life. So it combines a bit of what we've been doing over the last few weeks with the generative trance. I'll be talking a bit about that, but I'll also be talking a bit about the law of attraction and how I've used aspects of that and other things that I've done to enhance all these different tools that people use to make changes in their life and create their lives really the way they want to create them. So you're welcome to join. If you haven't already signed up for it, that is, then all you need to do is just let me know and I shall send you the password for tomorrow evening. It's a free online event and there will be a recording. Okay then, my lovely people, it's great to be with you tonight. I really enjoyed tonight's trance. I hope you did too, and I shall speak to you all again next week. So have a wonderful week and I shall speak to you all soon. Thanks. Bye.